Good morning, PEA. Here's the morning news for you. By far, the most common question that came across yesterday is what happens if I don't have enough flex time to take Friday? So, as I hope everybody knows, we don't have two piles of days, sick or flex. The employee agreement is pretty clear. We have 10 days of flex each year, and whatever we use them for, sickness, trips, whatever, comes off of flex first. Then, if you have accrued sick time, you are allowed to use that accrued sick time, but you could be asked for a doctor's note by your supervisor. And PSD has made it clear that for the 27th, if you put in for a sick day, they will ask for a doctor's note. So keep that in mind. Let's see, another thing. Today at 4 o'clock is the deadline that the district has said that they will put in for dates. So you need to have your day in or out by 4 o'clock today. So, for example, if you put in a sick day and you were going to go down and participate at the lobby day at the Capitol, you are asked for a doctor's note and cannot produce one, you will be docked a day. And that is a pretty hefty chunk. That's $300 to $400 because it's a one per diem. It's 187th of your annual salary. So it's a big chunk, very expensive. Make sure you know what you're doing when you make that decision. Another thing, please don't rely on your flex day count on your last pay stub because those lag behind by a couple of weeks. So if you're pretty close to your 10 days and you want to make sure, go on the employee portal of the website and log in as an employee, and you can look at your flex day usage record. You can count those up and see exactly how many that you've used. Always a good idea to keep a close eye on those. And then the second most common question yesterday was, what are the logistics for Friday the 27th? And those are beginning to become a little bit more clear, but we're still working on those. Usual lobby day begins at 8 o'clock, but at this time, because there's going to be issues with parking and getting down to CEA, we're going to gather at 9:30 for a briefing. That gathering will be at CEA, and then we will go across to the Capitol for lobby day about 10 o'clock. Of course, wear red, bring signs, and as I told you, we handed out about 2,000 signs, but there were a few buildings that did not get them. And so if you have some extra signs, if you could drop them by the office or give me an email and let me know that you have some that you'd like to share with other buildings, I would come by and get them. So bring those signs or make your own. And then what about transportation? How are folks going to get down there? Well, of course, we are encouraging carpooling and public transportation. PEA, it looks like we've secured a couple of coach buses, and I'll give you more information about that later, but I've heard from a lot of folks who are, for whatever reason, somewhat mobility impaired, and I think we will allocate seats on the buses for those people first, and then lottery them out for the rest of the folks. Perhaps the best idea, if you're carpooling, is to coordinate your carpooling by building. Probably the best idea if you're carpooling would be not to try to drive all the way into downtown, but to stop at the Park and Ride. I think it's at 104th, in between 104th and 120th, and then there will be RTD buses that can take you right downtown from there. Another possibility for getting down to Denver is the Bustang. You can ride the Bustang for $10 each way. And you can order those tickets online, and I would do that today if that's your choice because those will go fast. The Bustang leaves the downtown transit center at 5:10, 5:40, 6:10, 6:45, and 7:15. So lots of choices if the bus that you want is sold out. And then you will hop back on the Bustang back home. It is another $10 ticket to get back home. And those times are 3:45, 4:45, and 5:05 is the last bus back to Fort Collins. And let's see. I believe that's all I have for you. So look for more news as it comes along. Oh, shirts. I forgot to tell you about shirts. Man, I had no idea the demand for shirts would be so great. I'm asking the folks that make those for us to see if we can get in another order. Right now we're just with the orders that came in yesterday. We don't have enough, so I'm going to get back with everybody that ordered a shirt, let you know if we have one or not, and again try to order some more. All right, hang in there. This is going to be fun. Take care.